Okay, it is week 12, day 6. Leg day. Fucking leg day. I hate leg day. Really, really don't want to do leg day today. Oh, Is it leg day from Bales today? From Bales do leg day on Saturdays, Wednesdays and Saturdays, or all 0 people there watching? There was one person in there. Came in and went right away. What the fuck was I doing? Oh yeah. Shit I should have done before I started recording. Doesn't matter. Okay, let's see. Make sure. Should be good. Okay, that plugged in. Needs plugged in anyway. 20% left on that. Oh, my collarbone's been hurt the past couple of days. I don't know why. I'm just broken. So yeah, now that I'm paying attention to what I'm doing. Week 12, day 6. This is the last day for workouts for the week. Tomorrow's a stretch day. This is the last day for the workout routine of the 2 of 15 segment. Next week is the recovery week, and then we go to 3 of 10. I think it's gone pretty good so far. I mean, I didn't lose the fat that I wanted to, but I'm starting to see more definition in areas that look kind of blah, like my chest area, my shoulders, my arms a little bit bigger. Not much, because I wasn't doing heavy weights or anything like that, or anything too strenuous. 1 of 30 and then 2 of 15. It's not like anything for like shaping and building. It's more toning, sculpting, fat loss routine. The first segment, the 1 to 30, I think I lost more fat during those 6 weeks than I've lost during this 6 weeks. But I still have the recovery week to go as well, so it makes it 7 weeks this time instead of 6 weeks. So it's an extra week, but still I don't think I'm hitting it, because I don't think I'm gonna hit that goal. I know I'm not gonna hit the goal. I went over this the other day. My goal was 180 by next Sunday, pound-wise, the 40-inch waistline. I was at 42 even last Sunday, and I was at 186.4 pounds as well. I'm not gonna hit that. I'm not gonna hit that number. That number was based off the first 6 weeks. So I just took that, and I just took the amount lost and put it to the next 7 weeks, hoping that the extra week would also make up for that, which should be fine. But it didn't go as planned, and that's fine. But everything has still gone down in numbers the way it should. So I have not. Didn't go down as fast as I wanted to. It still went down. Everything's going down. Didn't have any big fluctuations or anything with the scale. I think I had a couple, 1 or 2, where it didn't change on the fat percentage. I think one time it went up like 1 or 2%, or 0.2% or something like that. Nothing major, so I'm not too concerned about that. But I can wear. Been wearing some large shirts as opposed to extra large, even though they don't really fit nicely. But they fit like the extra larges did when I first started this back in April. So that is a plus. So I'm happy about that. And the extra large shirt I wore yesterday just was like baggy as shit on me. So even though I love the shirt, you know, it's a gray Ghostbusters shirt. Big Ghostbusters logo on it. I love the shirt, but it looked like I was, I don't want to say swimming in it, but it looked baggier than this looks on me right now. So And if you went back to I'm kind of holding my stomach in, but it's still a lot looser on me than this was the first week. This is one of the shirts I think I've worn every week for my workouts. So yeah, so last day working out, other than the recovery week, we got the obviously we got to doing more cardio next week, and we're doing the turbo sculpt videos as opposed to actually doing a routine. So we'll hit all the muscle groups in that turbo sculpt video twice next week, I believe Tuesday and Friday. And the weight, the dumbbells we'll be using will be heavier than the one we used last time because we've gotten a little farther along. So that's good. So yeah, that's that. As far as my fever goes that I had the other day, Thursday, and kind of yesterday, I've not had fevers at all. Like it's been down. Like I woke up this morning, my temperature, I took my temperature first thing, it was like 96.8 or something like that. And yeah, I didn't say that backwards, 96.8. So that's my range. My normal range is around high 96 to low 97. That's my normal. 98.6 is a gauge, basically. It's an average for people. It's not a 100% given that your temperature is 100% going to be 98.6 for everybody. Most people, yes. Some people be a little lower, some people be a little higher. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's normal. If that's your normal, you can run a little high, you can run a little low. I run a little low. Those are probably people who are a little, usually a little on the colder side, or a little on the warmer side. I like the temperature a little bit warmer than a lot of people. So my thermostat stays at 74 degrees all year long. So the heater's on at 74. When the AC's on at 74, and sometimes it feels too cold. So that's probably because I run a lower body temperature. So I don't know. Like I said, I have no other symptoms other than what went along with the fever. Aches. My body was aching, and I had chills. I was sweating a bit last night more than I think I should have. But there's, like I said, there's no sneezing, no coughing, no congestion, nothing. So I don't know what it could be, or what it was. I don't know what it was. But it went away, so maybe I had like a 24-hour bug or something. Isn't that typical? Is that typical for like summertime, 24-hour bugs? I don't get sick very often. Weird thing is though, when I do get sick, it usually lasts a week, and usually it's like the worst thing ever. Like it comes on hard and it stays. Like I can barely move. That's how bad it usually gets. But I don't know. I didn't have to miss a workout though. That workout I did on Thursday, that was a bitch because obvious reasons. Yesterday wasn't too bad. So, yeah, I think that's it. I feel just by looks, just by looking in the mirror this morning, I feel I lost more weight this week than I did the week before. So it looks like it. But I'm not going to get on the scale until tomorrow, so to find out for sure. I'm not going to take any measurements or anything. As of right now, until I get down to the body fat I want to, which is like, I don't know, roughly 10%, 10, 12% body fat, somewhere around there. The only measurement I'm taking is, around my fattest part of my stomach, my waistline. Technically, this is your waistline here. Women, you know that. Guys, you think your waistline's down here, and that's not correct. Those are your hips. because that's where our pants go. We wear our pants here. Waistline's up here. That's why you see the old movies, all the old men wear pants up here. That's the waistline. So yeah, that's hopefully I went down significantly. I'll be happy with a ½ inch. You know, maybe a pound and a half, 2 pounds down. I'll be happy with that. And as soon as I start getting into more building segment of this, I'll probably start taking like measurements around for the muscle, because until the fat's gone, you know, off my body, it's not really going to make a difference. If I do a measurement around my bicep, well, I still have a little bit of jiggles, you know, here, which is, it's a lot tighter than it used to be, you know. So until that fat's gone, you know, it's not going to really make a difference. I mean, it will be nice to, you know, see like if I would have started that way, took my chest measurements, upper abs, middle abs, lower abs, you know, because waist, stomach, hips, inner thigh, or the thigh, upper thighs here, upper arms, and just saw it going down. That'd be cool too, because then you see the fat go away in more places. Then you'd be like, well, I only lost a quarter of an inch off my stomach, but I also lost a quarter of an inch up here, and up here, and here, and here, you know. So it adds up, you know, to show more being lost. But my main concern is here, so that's all I'm really worried about taking the measurement on right now. So like I said, when I start going into building, the body fat percentage is down to a, I don't want to say manageable level, to a acceptable level for me, to where, you know, you're measuring mostly just muscle anyway. Then I might start taking the, you know, the glory measurements, I guess you call it. You know, I'd be like, well, let's see, I'm at 14, now I'm at 15, 16. Be like the Hulk, 24-inch pythons. Oh. Anybody see that video? I just saw it again today. I saw it like a year or so ago, but it's hilarious. Hulk Hogan. If you don't know who Hulk Hogan is, then you've been living in a closet, basement, locked, something. Never watching TV or anything. Hulk Hogan has a beach shop, surf shop, or something like that, down in Florida. My best friend all through elementary school and most of high school. Best friend growing up, obsessed with Hulk Hogan. He sent me a picture. He posted on Facebook too. He went to Florida. He actually got to meet Hulk Hogan. It's like I've never seen him that happy in his life. But anyway, he's got a beach shop down in Florida. Little 6-year-old boy. I know he's 6 because he says he's 6. Walks in the shop and he starts doing this whole Hulkamaniac thing. It's the cutest thing in the world. He's like, "No, you listen to me, brother. I met you when I was 3 years old, and now I'm 6 years old." I can't understand exactly what he was saying. I mean, I could probably play it, but I can't really. I mean, I could pop it up on my phone and just kind of hold it here and you guys can listen to it, but I'm not going to do that. But it's hilarious, you know. He's like, "What are you gonna do with Hulkamania?" And whatever he called himself, runs wild over you, and he rips his shirt off just like Hulk did at the end of every one of his little interview things. It's awesome. It's just an awesome video. When anybody gets to meet their hero, it's like the coolest thing in the world. So, you know, I watched that video of that kid doing that, and I felt the same, like, amusement and joy from watching that video as I did from seeing my friend, who was probably 40 at the time, meeting him for the first time as well. So, I mean, it's really cool. I've met a few people that were really cool, but never like my idols or heroes. Like, I'll never meet my idol. You know, growing up, my idol was Michael Jackson. Never got a chance to see him in concert. One time I did, and I understand my mom's position, but he came to Cleveland when I was a kid, and she stood in line to get tickets, and she came back because we had to stand in line to get tickets back then. And she came back and without the tickets. And instead of just saying that they were sold out, which probably would have been a hell of a lot better at the time, she told me that the only ones they had left were like the nosebleed section, like the last, very top, very last row, farthest away from the stage, and for the price that it was not worth going to. I was like devastated because in my mind I was still going to a Michael Jackson concert. I didn't care where the fuck I was sitting. Like right now, I am willing to pay $38 for tickets to go see Def Leppard, Motley Crue, Poison, and Joan Jett at First Entered the Brown Stadium, and sitting up in the nosebleed section because I'm not paying $70, $80 to watch a bunch of old people. As much as I love them, I've seen clips of how Motley Crue, how Vince Neil's performing, and I know he's got to be 20 years older than me, so he's in his 60s. And I've seen video clips like him and Axl Rose are not like performing very well. Actually, they're performing very poorly nowadays, and that's understandable after a lifetime of drugs and abuse and just age and the way they sing, screaming and things like that. That makes a lot of sense. But I have a feeling Joan Jett's going to be phenomenal. I know Poison's going to be phenomenal, and I'm pretty sure Def Leppard's going to be phenomenal as well. And I've seen Tommy Lee play with Methods of Mayhem 20 years ago at Ozfest. And I got to see it up close because I actually worked there, so that was kind of cool. They did the whole upside down drum thing too, which is pretty badass. I'm sure it's more badass looking than it actually is. You know, you're kind of strapped to the harness, everything's nice and tight and situated. So other than you being upside down and kind of maybe disorienting to you, you're only everything else is right there. You're not playing backwards or anything like that. So. But it's still cool to watch. But I think that'd be pretty cool to go. The only person that I think would be, that I would want to take with my daughter, but she really doesn't know a lot of that music. She knows a lot of 80s music, and she knows a couple of the songs. Probably just a few less than I do, but she enjoyed the Van Halen concert. There's a cool story. My daughter went to, God, what the hell's it called? What was that, like early 2000s, 2010 to 2015? Emo Fest thing or something. Whatever the fuck it was called. What the hell was that thing called? It was really big up until like 5-6 years ago. It's a big festival. It's not Lollapalooza. It's something Palooza, I think, but it wasn't Lollapalooza. I don't know. They had all like this scene and emo bands and screamo bands and stuff. But anyway, she went to that like every year for a few years, and she lost her wallet. And had all her stuff in it. I'm like, shit, that's gonna suck. Like at a place like that. And I was like, again, at a place like that, probably more likely that somebody might turn it in than it would be at Ozfest or a rap concert or even a country concert or anything else. It just seems like that more that generation is more apt to turn something in, do the right thing as opposed to, because people think those screamo kids are assholes and tools and shit. Though I think they're whiny asses, but I think they do the right thing when it comes to it. So I called the music center and I described it to them, and she goes, "Hold on, let me look." She goes, "Yeah, it's right here." I'm like, so I called my daughter, told her it was there. I said, I'm like, "Do you have any concerts?" She goes, "Make sure you're coming. Make sure you're here by 3 o'clock because the traffic for the concert starts around 4." So I said, "Oh, who's playing tonight?" She goes, "Van Halen." I said, "Oh, I would love to go see that. It'd be so awesome." I'm like, she's gonna have no clue who that is, but I'll make sure she knows to get there early because that's probably gonna be a big concert. And she goes, "Yeah, it's sold out." And of course, I know the old people are gonna get there early because the old people are going to be definitely be as close as possible to the lawn. So she goes. She gets her wallet. She texts me and tells me that everything was actually in there, all the money, all her IDs, credit cards. Excuse me. Everything was in there. And I told her to get there early. I said, "You probably don't know who's playing." I'm like Van Halen's playing, but she goes, "Yeah, I don't know any of the music." Next thing you know, she texts me and tells me that her friend's dad, I guess her friend's dad was taking her friends to go to the concert, and somebody backed out and couldn't go and had an extra ticket, and she got invited to go. So she ended up going to the concert anyway, and she loved it. She took so many pictures. She goes, "Oh my God, I love this so much. This is so fucking awesome." She just loved Van Halen. So I told her, I said, if it wasn't for bands like Van Halen, you probably wouldn't have the bands that you're listening to now. I'm like, because they are kind of the precursor to that type of music. So, anyway, I thought that was kind of a cool story. I said, my daughter ended up getting to go to Van Halen. I'm sitting here at work, and she's, I'm like, but she got to enjoy it, so it was fun. The cool thing was, though, it's like she wanted to go to the Blink-182 concert a couple years back, and I'm like, but I knew she did because she'd be listening to music, and she listened to a lot of the stuff that I listened to when I was now her age. She was listening to. She'd come over on the weekends. She'd get up and do all her makeup and shit in the morning, and she'd be like blasting stuff. Next thing I know, Papa Roach comes on, Sum 41, and 311, things like that. I'll pop up on our radio. I'm like, what are you listening to? That's my music. So I got 2 tickets for Blink-182, and we went to that and met her friends there, and had a good time. I said, here's the thing, we're gonna go, but you're not ditching me. I'm like, she's like, that's fine, because her friends were all, we were all cool, and they all like to hang out, with me. I wasn't like the uncool dad. So it was her and just a couple of her friends that were there, so we all met and hung out. And I would back off a little bit when they were went down to the edge of the mosh pit. They never got in it, but negative mosh pit for Blink-182 was nothing. But here's the funny thing: when I worked at Blossom, Blink-182 played with the Foo Fighters, and Travis, the drummer, couldn't play. He got in a fight at Taco Bell because somebody, I guess, was hitting on his wife at the time, who was a Playboy model. And he got in a fight and broke his wrist, couldn't play. So Dave Grohl actually ended up coming back onto stage and played, the Foo Fighters open for Blink-182. And he played the entire set. He played drums on Blink-182's entire set. It was flawless. I'm like, and that's kind of hard to do because Blink-182's drums are are not just typical drums. They're it's alternative. So they got a lot more like extra little things in it. So that was cool. However, when they came back 5-6 years ago, I can't remember the names. Tom, I think Tom was his name. He was no longer part of the band. They had somebody else playing. So I've never got to see the original three play together. I saw them twice in concert, and both times they were missing one of the original members. The other cool thing about the Foo Fighter Blink-182 show is that Dave Grohl, when he was up, he jumps off the stage and comes right into the pavilion. Oh my gosh! I'm like, that's kind of cool. But I was guarding the fence between the pavilion and the lawn. That was basically my spot every time because I'm small. So they put me at the easy spot. Well, next thing I know, he comes running all the way up to the fence. He's like right next to me, and he jumps up on the fence and starts like singing, like this. And of course, it's not a fence that has like things you can put your feet on, so he's kind of on the corner where they kind of connect to each other. And he falls backwards, and I had to catch him. And he kind of looked at me, smiled, and I'm like, oh shit. I just knew. And then he just grabbed the fence, he hops over the fence, looks back at me, and he kind of goes like this. I'm like, you motherfucker. So I had to go chase him around the lawn as and all these people are screaming, going nuts on the lawn. And I had to chase Dave Grohl around the lawn at Blossom. And nobody's here listening to my story. Nobody's here. This is a cool ass story. So that was fun. But no, I've never got to meet the whole thing. I never got to actually meet any of my heroes. Bret Michaels was awesome. I met him. He was awesome. Met, I think, a couple of members of Poison. But no, like nothing like I grew up with. Like I've never met any of them. It's getting to the point that most of them are dying off. Alright, anyway, that's enough chit-chatting. Say it again. Week 12, day 6 is leg day part 2, the last day of workouts for the week. The last day of workouts for the segment, for the routine, as far as it goes, the 2 of 15 segment. Stretch day tomorrow, recovery week the next week, and then we go into the 3 of 10 segment. So we're going into more of a building / shaping routine as opposed to a toning / fat loss routine. However, we will be adding intervals, some cardio interval in between the sets to make up for the additional rest time we need between the sets. So the goal is to come over, do my set, write down what I did, write down make my decision on adding weight or staying the same, hit the start button on my egg timer here, and then do some like running in place, jumping jacks, basic aerobic stuff for about a minute to a minute and a half, and then do my next set. So that should make up for the lack of cardio aspect of the 3 of 10. Also, we'll be switching back to the Turbo Jam for the warm-ups, the same one we did before. The 20-minute cardio, the ab jam, and then the learn and burn segment, the burn segment of the learn and burn video. Which basically, that's where she teaches you how to do some of the moves that she does in the video, and then they do about 15 minutes of a routine, putting them together, so you know how it works. So that'll be the warm-up routine Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then repeats Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Which would be nice, taking off the extra leg work of the hips, buns, and thighs we're doing today. So, but yeah. start by itself this time. Loading.
Come. To the world stage.
There's something I forgot to do. Switch that back over.
Come on, y'all, let's rock it. I'm here to make your ass rock. Until tight and breathe. By the time you're done, that's all you need. Give hip hop ass all day long. Hey, how you doing? My name is Sean T. Welcome to Hip Hop Ad. You know what? This is called Hip, Buns, and Ties, y'all. We're gonna work it out. You know what? So you can look cute in your jeans. Are you ready to go? Let's go. You know what? Step back, right? Look, just step. Now look, I got Tanya over here to my left. She's gonna give you beginning modifications for you. Okay? So if nothing to look at Tanya, it's good. Just go with her. Are we ready, y'all? Come on. Let's work the core, work the thighs. Here we go. Let's get below. Right here. Sit down. Come on, please. Now when you go down, I want you to bend the knees and tighten up your abs here, right? Let's add some arms in here. Push, roll, push, hit. Now when you pull, you really contract your obliques here. So let's go right here. Come on. Move to me. Let's move. Screw. Remember, tighten low. Push high. Go back for more. Come on, push. You got it, y'all. Hit. Come up again. You got it. Let's work it out. Move back. Come on. Just move and groove. Stay here. Now cross the arms. Look. I'm crossing and I'm bending at knees and I'm hip hopping. Work. Come on, groove. Look. I'm tightening down. Pushing down. 8 more right here. Go 8 and 7 and 6. Are you good? Are you ready to move? Move to me. Let's go. Move. Hit. Tighten up. Bend your knees. Work the quad back now. Push. You good? Hit it. Come on. Go. Push up. And back. Come on. Groove. Go back again. You got it. Hit. Yeah. March it out. Right back. Come on. March. All right. Good. Feeling good. Keep the core nice and tight. See? I'm just standing here. Just march it tight. March wide. Right here. March it out. Now, we're going to go into something called a rock. Just lifting your body. Lifting your shoulder. Right and left. Ready? Rock. Right and left. Go. Push. Work out. And when your body goes down, tighten up the ass. You would like my breathing exercise. I said, yeah. Go. Now, 4 more like this. Have fun with it, but keep your knees bent. Work. Give me 2 like this. Work. Yeah. Come on. Find your own groove. You got it in you. And push. Remember, work the abs, work the quad, and push. Come on. 4 more right here. 4. Let's add some arms, y'all. Put it up. 2. Work. Yeah, y'all. Big. Move, y'all. How we doing? Yeah, how we doing? Push it up, 8 more. Remember, when your hands come up, tighten up your abs, push. 4 more. Here. You know what? I love to move left into the dance floor. Go. Push. Work. Hit. Move. Come back now. Go. Hit. Are we good? Come on. Move. Now remember, keep the knees slightly bent right here. Push. Move back. And go. Here we go. Right here. Basic bounce center. Come on. Now look. I'm doing my basic bounce. Tilt up tight. In the back. Look. Breathe. Everything's working. Come on. We're going into what I call the lower body groove. So we're going to step out. But keep the knees bent. Knees over ankles. Ready? Step right foot out. Right here. Groove. Step. 6. Hey. Bring it together. Groove. Come on. Now, when you come together, squeeze the inner thigh. Stay back, out. Push. Stay down. Work. Yeah. Bring it together. Come on. Hit. You can groove how you want. At your arms in. When we go down from the shoulder. Go. 8. Hit. Go. Push. And just move it here. Groove out. How we doing, y'all? Hit. Go down again. Come on. Push. Come on. All in the core. All in the quad. Step up. Right. Now. Do it again. Look. 4 and 4. Right here. Look. We go 4, 3. Drive the car. Push out. Oblique work again. Come on. Hit. You got it. Stay with. Stay low. Push it out. Groove. Yeah. How we doing? Push. Hit. You know what? Let's funk it out. 2 and 2. Open. Come on, come on. 2. Then go. Work out. Push, push, and come on. Get the quads in there. Come on, y'all. Push. Come on. 4 more. Right here. Go 4. Are you in there? 2 more. Right here. 2. Hey, hey. Right center, right here. Oh, I feel it. Give me some skin, y'all. Work it out. Come on. Feeling good. This is your time to shake your legs out. We're going to something called the heel toe. Look, watch wide right here. Look, wide out. Heel toe. Right foot up and back like this. You got to groove and push and groove. Now what I want you to get used to is keeping your left knee back, okay? Knee over the ankle. Just dropping it here. Lift and back. Keep it bent. Start to fire up that quadricep, right? We're going to work the glutes too. Go low right here, look. I'm going down, knee over ankle, and push. I'm turning my foot out here, but most of the weight is staying on my left side. So you keep this safe, okay? Don't put too much weight on your right knee. Stay here, okay? And push. Here we go. Stay here. Add your arms. Both arms up here. Triceps back. Push. And lift. You gotta feel the work. You know why? Because when I see you walking down the street, I want you to be like, I'm cute in my jeans, but and push your dig. You ready to go tempo? I can't hear you. You two, let's go tempo. Push, work. Come on, push it down. Dig it down. Come on. You feel working? Fire it up. Fire it up. Come on, dig. That's 8. Come on, let's say 8 and 7. How many more, y'all? 4 and 3. Come on. What? March it out and burn, work, yeah, come on. Now shake it out again, shake it out, look, I'm shaking. Do it, yeah, come on. Right, left, now look. We gotta go to the other side. We can't walk lopsided, you know what I'm saying? We gotta stay center, here we go, look. Left leg, up and back, heel, toe. Look, heel, toe, groove. So now when the heel comes up tight, see, even when I'm standing, look, I'm tight, look. Sneak a peek, come down. And again, ready? So here, so what I need you to do is go up and down. Remember our form, up, knee over ankle, up, weight into the right side, push. Turn out the left, so push. Are we good? 4 more, go forward, and hit down. Here, 2 more. We're gonna funk it out in a minute. Get the form, make sure, add your arms right here. Push and drop, y'all. Push and drop, y'all. Come on, push and drop. Push, triceps, go back, come on. 4 more. 2 more, right here. Are we ready to go tempo? Let's work it out. Let's hit it. Push. Dig down. Work it out. Come on, taking the dab. Exhale. Push it down. That's 8. Come on, light it out. Push it down. Cute. Work it out. 4 more. And 3. And 2. Launch out. Whoa. All right, so we're feeling good. We got those legs nice and strong. But you know what? I'm going to watch it wide right here. Because you know what's about to happen? I'm going to take this shit right. Knees over the ankle, the foundation. Take it down and up right here. Go down and up right here. Go down and up. See? Knees over ankle and I'm pushing. And I'm here. And guess what? I'm pushing my hips back and I'm gigging. Okay, come on. 4 more right here. Go 4 and 3. Now, let's go tempo right here. Push it. Come on, keep turn, go in. Push. Now, you come down. I want you to tighten up the core. But guess what? You gotta have a good time. But I don't want you to feel like you forget about this safety move, okay? Knees over ankles. 4 and 3. You know what? Let's watch it out, y'all. Are we feeling good? Oh, yeah. All right. So let's just groove here. Now, what I want you to do, I want you to take that mark out right here, okay? And when I hit this now, plant the feet and come down low. Tighten up the core. Arms up. Crunching your arms down to the right side. Here we go. Up and 7. Now, as I do this, I'm going into my tilt tuck and tighten back. To let you know, you'll get to know very well, okay? Get lower into that squat. You got it? Push down. And here we go. We're going to start to bring our elbows to our knees. Look. Down and up and push and up. We keep on moving and sit to the squat a little more so we can work those buns. Come on and push. Do you feel it? And jump. About 1 more. Good. Watch out right here. All right. Good. And we're gonna go back down into that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do some things that are a little lower to the floor. So make sure you use your core, but follow Tanya, okay? So here we go. Go back to that position. Come a little lower. Bring your arms up here. Now, left hand goes to the floor. Ready? Push. Touch it. Come center. And touch. And you can rock it and squeeze the oblique. How we doing, y'all? Come on. And work it. And push. All right, get your rear nice and far back. But guess what? Let's go. Tempo right here. Tempo work. Yeah, I'm peeking at you. I can still see you work. Come on. And dig. And go. Come on. Last 8. Can we get 8 more? Yeah, go for it. And dig. You know what? Let's watch this shit right here. Word. Oh, my hands and shit. Get it out. Shake it out. Good. Now, we're going to some lunges, okay? We got a couple things to remember. Knee over ankle. Hip over knee. I'll tell you more about it in a second. But what I need you to do, give me a step back right here. Look, just groove back. Hey, work it out. Now, each time you go side to side, you can work that oblique. Here and here. Now, you have to bring the arms in like this. Just groove, nice and easy. Good. Never do it like this. Let's go down. Look, push, drop, and drop. Now, remember I was talking about knee over ankle and hip over knee? Look, I can point it out for you. So I'm showing you. Look, knee over ankle, boom, hip over knee, drop it, push. Ready? Come on. Give me more. Let's go. Push. Oh, get out. Work. Hit again. Hit. Come on. Give me more. Push it down. Work. Now, we're going to stay in this just for a little bit longer. Can we do it? Come on. Hip hop edge off. Go. Don't get up. There goes abs. Take look. Yeah. Go. Come on. That's 4, 4, 3, 2. Watch it out right here. Oh, y'all like my lunges? Yeah. Feels good. All right, now. Listen. Can you be wide? Turn your body to the right side. Now, really hip over knee. Right here. Knee over ankle. Hip, comes up and back. Look. And back. Here. And back. Come on. Go up. And back. So I'm lifting. Up. And back. Just up. And back. Up. 2 more. Up. And back. Now listen. Roll the hips to me. Straight circle. Roll. Around. There. Roll. Then when you come in on the... Now look at it. All engaged into a little while. Work. So again, come on, ready? So here we go. Now, take the hips forward, back a little faster. Look. Hips and back. Hips and back. Hips and back. 4 more right here. Go forward. Hip over knee. Ready? And roll it out. Let's go. Open up. Hip it out. Work. You're working those obliques. 4 and 3. And watch it right and left. I go. Back. Loosen up now. That's called lactic acid. That can use called lactic acid. I'll tell you about that later too. So come on. Let's turn our body to the other side. Because you know what? Gotta do it, y'all. So here we go. And 4. Hip over knee. Knee over ankle. Hips up and back. So up and back. See, up and back. Don't be afraid to put your hand in your stomach and spill around. Just what you feel how that's working. But guess what? You're getting long lean. Biceps at the same time. Here we go. Ready? Take the hip and roll. I said roll in. Roll in. Now I know it's a little sexy, but when you put those jeans on, you're going to feel sexy, girl and boy. Come on. And here. Okay. Right. Are you ready? Hips up and back. Tempo. Don't forget about the abs. And tighten. And groove. And work. Come on. And hit it. Yeah. Come on. Push. Now circle out. Tempo. Dig out. And hit it. See, this is out. And out. 4 more. Go 4. And 3. What? And march it out. Yeah. I feel like you do a little back in the pot too. I'm going to keep it like this. Okay, so come on. All right, now what we got to do, bring our feet together because we're going to do some leg raises. That's really going to help you hit. And a thigh squeeze. Arms to the left. Ready? Back to foot. Push it out. So lift and low. Every time you come back down, you want to bend your knee. Good quad work there. Okay, now, when you bring it in. I want you to squeeze the inner thigh. Do you guys feel that? Come on, squeeze. And now. Come on, give me 8 more. 8 more, come on. 8. And. Come on, 8 with me, push. Flex the foot. Up and down. I only want 4 more like this. And guess what? We're going to go hip-hop and stop. Because we're working our oblique too. Ready? 5 and 6. Ready, y'all? Tempo, go, work, push, dig out, yeah, go here, come on, you got it, work through, push, hey, go, 4 more right here, go 4, and 3, and 2, watch it out, oh, you know what, I was feeling that, feel good, now we gotta go to the other side, remember, in the thigh squeeze, every time you come together, flex that foot, and squeeze that oblique. Ready? Here we go. Arm to the left side. Here we go. Ready? Take it up. Flex it. And go. Work. And swing that hip. Boom. Ooh. Just swing it. If you can put your hands here, just to feel how that's working. Remember, bend your knee. Let's go again. Push. Come on. Keep it here nice and slow. Now, squeeze the glute as you lift. So you can wrap it all around there. It's wrapping. Oh my goodness, that feels so good. It wraps like me. Right around those abs. I'm right around those abs every day. You know what I'm saying? So, here we go. Ready? Tempo. Let's work it out. Push. Go. And dig it out. Say yeah, y'all. Say yeah, y'all. Come on, push. Are we there? We got it. Work. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yeah, how did that feel? Hey. Now listen, grab your mat because we're going to go to the floor so I can get some more. It's fun inside. Hey. Are you ready for some more hip, buns, and thigh action? Well, let's go into the tabletop right here. Okay, now listen. I want you to come with the flat back. Make sure your shoulders, elbows, and wrists are in line. Get the knee in, tight the stomach. Let's go to a leg. Let's back now. Push and back. Good. Extend foot. Come on. Little tongues. And push it. Have some fun. Come on. You gotta keep that form, okay? Very important. You keep the form. Dig in here. Push and back. And get it. Now keep going here. Come on. Go back and in. Squeeze. Come on. Squeeze it. And back. And push. Can I get 4 more, y'all? 4. And back. You got it. 3. 2 more here. Here's 2. Right here. Now listen. I need you to just hold it back there. Hold it back and squeeze. Just squeeze that glute. Make it rock hard. So you can look good and feel good. Now start to pulse that heel to the ceiling. And press. And press. And dig. Keep going here. Come on. Push and push. Are you feeling good? Do you feel that burn? Come on. Lift. And up. And lift. And up. Keep going. Lift. Push. Keep those abdominals nice and tight. Come on. Give me 8 more. And 7. And 6. Come on. 4 more right here. Go 4. And 3. You know what? I want you to hold it in. Feel the burn. Feel the burn. Hold up. Good. Hold it here. 1 more right here. And 4 more counts to hold. Now listen. Squeeze the foot into the other side of the body. So you kind of bring your glutes together. And you squeeze it. And you work it. Come on. Push. And push. Are your abdominals engaged? Come on. Keep that back. Push. Tighten up. And go. And push. Come on. And dig. And dig. Come on. And keep it going. Keep it going. Work. And give it. Come on. Push. Keep going. How we feeling, y'all? How we feeling? Let's hold it here. Hold it. Hold and squeeze. You gotta hold and squeeze. Come on. Tighten it good. Now listen. Start to bend the leg up. You want to have your leg come at 90 degrees. And you need to adjust yourself. Just adjust yourself just to make sure everything is in line. Now, just the heel to the ceiling. Go. Press. And lift. And go. Come on. And dig. And go. How do we feel? Come on. Feeling good. Push. Go. Come on. 4 more. Right here. 4 and 3. You know what? I'm going to give you a little bit more. Keep going. Go. Come on. Yes. 4 and 3. Now you can stop. Now come in the child's pose. Quick rest. But you know what? Don't stay down there too long because we got more working out to do. Lift up the other knee and push. Leg press. Push and back. Oh yeah. got another side to our body, y'all. We gotta be cute and bleed fly. I said bleed fly. I meant beat fly. Come on. And go. Come on. Lift and go. You got it. Come on, push. You keep that going for me. Squeeze it. Just squeeze it. Look at my buns. It's me too. They're there to help you out. Come on. Yeah. And work. And push. Come on. Give me 4 more. I said 4. Are you guys ready to move on? But then give me 2 more then. Come on, here we go. Now, hold it back there now. Just hold. Hold and squeeze. Hold and squeeze. Make sure that your alignment is correct. Get that down a little bit tight and then start to pulse it up to the ceiling. Lift and squeeze. You know what? That burn feels so amazing to me. I don't know what to do with myself. So come on. Lift. Keep going. Keep going. Come on. Lift and lift and squeeze and squeeze. Come on. Go 4 and 3. Now look, hold it here, hold it here. Come on, hold, hold. Now we're going to do the same thing we did on the other side. We're going to start to squeeze our glutes together right here. Let's squeeze them in, press, and press. You guys feel that? You feel that working? Come on, do you feel it work? I told you that lactic acid is the most amazing acid you ever see. Feel in your body. Come on, go, and press. Now, hold it there, hold it there, hold. Just hold and squeeze. Hold and squeeze, dig it out, 4 more right here, hold 4 and 3. Now what I need you to do is bend the knee again, bend it up, put it to the ceiling. Come on, make sure you have that 90-degree feel, okay? Now hold it, find the position, press up to the ceiling. Let's go, come on, and press, press. Keep going, how we feeling, Push, you know what? Keep going, come on, dig through, work it out, come on. We got it. You know what? That's it. Can we do it, y'all? Hey, tighten up. Squeeze. 4 more right here. 4 and 3 and 2. Release, child's pose. That felt amazing. Are you good? Well, you know what? It's time to stretch. So come up right here. Come up. All right. Now look. We want to stretch it down. I said work. Now, stretch out those feet. Take that deep breath out. This is a fierce workout, so you might as well get into it every day. So come down, touch those toes right here, touch your toes. You're not as flexible, it's okay if you're going to be here. You need to that. Or you need to do your shins. Whatever feels comfortable. So you got that? Here we go. Now, take.
Anyway. Alright, so before I still gotta change all that shit. I didn't do any of that. Try to do that while I'm talking so I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, but of course not. This thing moved up. So I asked my friend if I could share, I was talking about yesterday, if I could share pictures and information, and she wasn't comfortable with it, so that's kind of hoping she would, because it's really, really cool. The dedication that she put in for years. So get from where she was to where she got to. But you can find a lot of those stories online. A lot of people who have done that. It's just kind of cool when you know somebody who has. But I'm not one to step on somebody else's stuff, even though I do use his Beachbody stuff in my lives and technically without permission. However, everything else that Instagram tries to say I'm doing, you know, trying to block my videos in other countries because of copyright infringement on things that are Creative Commons. I can understand if they block it because of the audio from the Beachbody stuff. That's fine. Or they're talking about my videos that I pull from the TikTok, with the sound from TikTok. Pop it over to Instagram. I know it's authorized for TikTok, but not authorized for there. But I haven't seen an issue. Yeah, I think I had one, but I can't tell which video they're talking about. I'm assuming it's the last one. But it shows up on my other page just fine. And it shows up on, even if I'm not logged in. Because I viewed it without logging in. And all the last few videos are fine, so. Whatever. If it's not available in a couple other oddball countries. I don't mean oddball, oddball like things that I'm not worried about because I have enough hard time getting people to watch me now. There's nobody watching me now, so why am I worried about other countries watching me? Be like David Hasselhoff and be like popular in Germany but not in America after Knight Rider. Alright, anyway, let's get some music going. Turn the speaker on. Alright, so again, leg day part 2. Today's exercise is going to be front squats, squat rack and barbell, cable kickbacks, these ones, cable kickbacks, that, leg abductors, that, and leg adductors, which are this way. All three of those, you don't need a machine. You can do them standing. You can do them like I just did in the video, along with the video. You can do them lying down completely on your stomach or on your side. You can lay down. Just pretend this is the floor here. And you can lay down, and for the abductors, you can just lift your leg like that. And then for the adductors, either put your foot in front or behind, whatever, doesn't matter. And then you can just lift it from the ground up. You want to do it that way. Either way, it'll work. The barbell hip raises and donkey calf raises. I've never looked at exactly why they're called donkey calf raises. My guess is because the way you see them being done, like by bodybuilders, so they usually have somebody sitting on the back. Assuming that's why they call them donkey calf raises, like riding a donkey. Makes the most sense to me, so I'm going with it. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up since I'm thinking about it. Why is it called a donkey calf raise? Why is it called a donkey calf race? It said cafe race at first. Nothing actually says why it's called. It says, why do you do that? The bad at this is all good. So I'm going with what I thought it was. I don't know what that is. Is that a thumbs up? I assume it's a thumbs up. Alright, so for front squats, we did 70 on the first set last week, 75 on the second. We're going to 80 pounds. We need 60 pounds total on here. 30 on each side. I think Instagram thinks that this is copyrighted music, even though it's in the Creative Commons, no attribution necessary. I feel like I'm going to get that notification again about reaching my limit of copyrighted material. Instagram or Twitch? Oh yeah, I know Twitch. I haven't had an issue with Twitch yet. Instagram keeps telling me that. I keep getting notifications saying that my videos, which are my lives, that are banned after the fact in like a list of 30 other countries, and I appeal it, and they put it back up a day or two later, which again doesn't matter at the point, it's just a live stream. And then ever since I added more songs. All the songs that I'm playing that are in this playlist are off of the YouTube audio library. So it's all Creative Commons, and I made sure every song has been listed as no attribution needed. So I don't need to make sure there is credit for every song that's played across this whole thing. So I don't need to have permission to use these. I don't even have to credit them for using them. But I went through and added a bunch more, and I found this guy, Neffix, N-E-F-F-E-X, and he's got a good full list of like workout appropriate type songs, like you know, stuff like "I Won't Quit," "You're Not Gonna Stop Me," "Don't Tell Me I Can't," things like that. But I think ever since I put these on here, because there's lyrics, I'm assuming because there's lyrics, Instagram is grabbing them saying it's copyrighted. But I just hit the resume video button and it goes away. They don't say anything else afterwards. But yeah, I know that's the entire reason why I'm not playing my workout playlist off of Spotify, is because I don't want the lives being banned. Because that's the whole thing that keeps me coming down here every day, is live streaming. I mean, I should be able to come down here without doing that, but it's worked. I've been down here every day for the past 12 weeks, and you know, it's working, so I'm not going to break my thing. It's hard to work out in silence, it definitely is. I even thought about just putting on headphones, putting this speaker over here and just playing the audio library and putting my music on in headphones. But if I was just recording this and putting it on YouTube, YouTube would just, on my videos, put a copyright claim and put ads on it. I wouldn't care, but, you know, I tried recording my workouts before a few years ago, and I never consistently came down here. So I started live streaming, and all of a sudden I'm down here every day, so I don't want to lose my live streams. That's why I'm ensuring that I'm using copyright-free material. So, well, Creative Commons, I guess you could say. It's still copyrighted, but it's Creative Commons. So, everything in here I have 100% permission to use, because I don't have to credit them. I don't, you know, and it's Creative Commons. It's not, it doesn't just have a Creative Commons for YouTube, it's just Creative Commons. So, but anyway, yeah, that's that. Alright, so first set, front squats, 80 pounds. 25, 50, 55, 60, bars 80. Bars 20, which makes 80. I'm sure it's gonna look like the center. Thanks. I just need a couple more things. I don't need them, but I want to get some heavier hex dumbbells. I got up to 40, but I have 6 dumbbell bars. I have 450-pound play weights. I don't need the heavier dumbbells, but I want them. But the next thing I want to get is a seated calf raise machine. So I got to do my whole weird ass setup, squat rack and bench, and platforms and shit. But it works. So, and eventually a standing calf raise machine would be awesome too. Be very convenient to have here. Much nicer. I don't mind putting the barbell stuff together. It's quicker. It's just one thing. The dumbbells, I got to grab them over here, go grab them over here, grab these ones over here. I got them all set up for dumbbells. I could keep them over here, some over here. I could just go buy like 2 more 10-pound weights. I just bought 2 extra 10-pound, 65-pounds. Then I could just put together 2 45s, and that would be the next set that I need. But definitely more convenient just picking them up. I hate squats, and I hate front squats even more. First set, 80 pounds, 15 reps. It's going to say 80 pounds. Yeah, but you can. They are, yeah, and it sucks because the used ones are now $1 a pound, whereas before, when I bought all the ones that I have, they were the new ones. They were new, less than $1 a pound. So I went to Play It Again Sports, which is one. I don't know how many there are, but one by me, and they have a whole bunch of used weights, and everything was 99 cents a pound. So all the new ones were $1.69 a pound, which is insane. So I was looking to get 2 more of these 50-pound ones. I don't need them anytime soon, but if I don't get my seated calf raise machine, I might need to get them. Then again, I don't, because that bar only holds 300 pounds, and I have more than 300 pounds of weight. So can't justify paying $169. Yeah, they got some decent stuff there. They got some new stuff. They have a whole bunch of brand new weights. They had 1 45-pound used rubber hex weight, and I almost bought it because I do not want to do skull crushers with a regular barbell, dumbbell bar and plate weights. I don't like the idea of that the end of that dumbbell. You know, I almost bought it, but again, that's just me being picky and not actually, you know, just doing what I need to do. But yeah, at least mine. I live in Akron, Ohio, Akron, Cuyahoga Falls area. So at least my area, they were 99 cents a pound. So, but yeah, they had a whole stack of them. They had like a huge fucking rack of all kinds, rusty shit looking ones. They have new ones. They have used ones. Like not like bad, not bad at all. You know, one of the used ones I got. It's a 5-pounder. It's in decent shape. It's got a little rust right there, but nothing bad. And I made sure I grabbed one that actually has an edge on it, so I could actually pick it up and grab it, opposed to the flat ones. Oh. Oh, that's cool. Thanks. That about like 20 some years ago, because I would never go to the gym, so I got that at like $200. Still works. And it does a great job. I got in really good shape with it one time. Then I added some dumbbells, and you know, about like one of those 40-pound sets from Walmart. And then I added a few more. And I just, once every paycheck, I'd go grab the next set that I needed. I got 3s, 5s, 8s, 10s, 12s, 15s, all the way up to 40. So, even though I didn't need like the 30s, the 40s at the time, like once they start getting expensive, I grab one, go back next week, grab the other one. And I had to order the 50s off of Walmart.com, but I can't find them anymore. Play Against Sports has them. So, I've worked out off and on most of my life, but more off than on. I've had a couple of memberships at the gym, which I end up spending more on the membership than I do going. It's worth it because I just end up spending it. And like, oh, I'll start again next week, or I'll start again next month. I'm like, that's fine. Next thing you go, 3, 4, 5 months go by, and I spent like $100 on gym memberships that I didn't use. So I'm like, might as well just cancel my membership and buy the shit for myself. But I started this routine. This routine I started on April 11th. So it's been 12 weeks. Tomorrow will be the last day of week 12. Tomorrow I do a stretch. On Sundays I do a stretch. So I am down here 7 days a week doing this. Even though it's just a stretch day on Sunday. 44. I'm 44 years old. I turned 44 on April 10th. So I started on April 11th. I went, my starting weight was 201.8, and I was 46 1/4 inches across the widest part of my stomach. As of last Sunday, I was down to 186.4, I think, something like that. Yeah, 186.4 and down to 42 inches across the waist. I don't know if you can see that good enough in the picture or not. I don't know how well that shows up on your screen. Probably not that great. But if you go over to my Instagram, same name, same username, that picture is posted. It's the last thing posted on my Instagram. If you want to know the routine that I'm doing, the entire year-long setup that I have, you can go to Facebook, not Facebook, I'm sorry, you can go to TikTok, same username again, and then just just click on my fitness journey playlist. It's the second playlist. When you've been on TikTok, you know how that works. The playlist right there on top of the videos. It's the second playlist right there. And you scroll down to the bottom. The second video, it's a 10-minute video. It's also on my YouTube, again, same username. It's a 10-minute video and it explains the entire routine that I'm doing each day, and then how the year is set up. So we went from 1 of 30, 2 of 15, we're going to 3 of 10 in 2 weeks. This is the last day of 2 of 15. We have a recovery week, and then we're doing 3 of 10 for the next 6 weeks. Appreciate the follow on TikTok. And then we're going to 5 of 6, 6 of 5, 10 of 3, and then we're doing some combination slow twitch, fast twitch stuff. So yeah, it'll explain the routine. So if it's something you'd like to do, that all the information's right there for you. The only thing I haven't done, and I keep meaning to, is to get my charts. I have all the charts set up for everything. I got to get that uploaded to my Linktree. Still haven't done that yet. So I have to work on that when I have some extra free time. Other than that, yeah, that's how that goes. So, so the next thing I want to get is a seated calf raise machine, followed by a standing calf raise machine. Dumbbells are dumbbells. It's not a big deal. Again, convenience, yes. Needed? No. I have 450 pounds of plate weights. I have dumbbells. I can make dumbbells. It's not that big of a deal. So. All right. Anyway, I gotta get back to the first. I completely pulled out. Nice thing that was a squat. So. All right. I'm keeping the weight the same for the second set. 80 pounds again. I don't understand the appeal of those. I don't. I haven't really noticed the difference between those and the back ones. Other than it's harder to hold on to this one. Second set, 80 pounds, 15 reps. Keep that the same. Next time. I don't like this. Alright, so I'm going to strip these weights off and then move on to the resistance machine for the next 3. Again, these next 3 exercises you can do with ankle weights just fine. You don't need to go out and spend money on a big fancy machine. We'll spend 20, 30 bucks on some ankle weights. I'm not sure what sizes they come in, but I have 2 pounds, I have 5 pounds, I have 10 pounds. I'm sure they can get them higher than that too. Yeah. Anybody else watching? If there isn't people on YouTube eventually, maybe. He goes, you're definitely an inspiration because since you're not in the age bracket, hold on. He goes, you're definitely an inspiration since your age bracket isn't the typical 20-something Twitch fitness chat. That's part of the reason why I'm doing it too, is because maybe it keeps me accountable. That's the main reason I'm doing it. The main reason I'm doing it, but at the same time, if it inspires other people, that makes it even better, and that's cool. So I appreciate you saying that, definitely. So yeah. So that's the thing, people. Whatever you're doing, if you're doing good, doing something good, keep doing it. Okay. You have people like this gentleman here. I didn't look close. Yeah, gentleman here. That can be inspired by what you do, what you're showing. Don't be embarrassed by it. Don't be dissuaded. Dissuaded? Yeah, dissuaded by trolls. I've had a few trolls jump in here trying to give me a bunch of crap. And yeah, I get a little defensive about it, you know, because it's unexpected. I mean, I expect it, but at the exact time it comes up, it's unexpected, you know. And yeah, I get a little defensive right off the bat, but I don't care. It doesn't stop me from continuing doing it, because for every troll you're going to get on here for doing something positive with your life, or for your body, or for whatever it is, you're going to have a lot more people that are inspired by what you do. So, the kanji tattoo. This one is actually kanji. This one's Japanese. It's hard to see. It's going to be backwards for you, I'm assuming. But that one says Bushido, which is Way of the Warrior, Path of the Samurai, something along those lines. Bushido is the code of conduct for the samurai, kind of like the Knight's Code of Chivalry. This one is Chinese. I forget how to say it. I haven't looked it up in a while, but it roughly translates to never give up, perseverance. There's no direct translation, but I did have a Chinese gentleman at a fair one time. I was looking at necklaces. I like necklaces. Yeah, just those cheap rough necklaces with little pendants on it. I usually wear a yin yang. I have one upstairs. If you've been watching my videos, I'm almost guaranteed I'm always wearing that yin yang. But I'm just walking around in there. He goes, oh, that's a good tattoo. That's a good tattoo. I'm not trying to be a dick with the accent. I'm sorry if it comes across that way. But that's a good tattoo. He goes, never give up. It's a good tattoo. So, verified exactly what it meant. And I made sure I found it on legitimate websites, so I know it doesn't say soup or something stupid like that. So, legitimate websites. So, yeah. I have another thing I've been off and on with my whole life is martial arts. I've taken a couple different kinds of Chinese martial arts, a couple different kinds of karate, judo, jiu-jitsu, stuff like that. So Japanese styles and Chinese styles. So when I would go to sparring competitions, kumites, I kind of confuse some of them because I would never get up in the traditional stance, you know, for karate. Technically, if you watch Japanese fighters, they're out like this. you get your TIE fighters that are like this. You know, they're always. But I always came back. I always came back like this in my stance. My karate instructor hated it. You know, he hated it because it's like that left me wide open. But I'm a kicker, so it's kind of easy for me to just kind of step back and get my foot up and ready, as opposed to being on my lead foot, and I got to worry more about bringing a very telegraphed roundhouse around. But I can be here, and as they come back, I can just look like I'm swinging my leg in. Next thing I know, my leg comes up and clock them. Didn't always win, but so. All right, so cable kickbacks. Again, this is resistance, not poundage. Well, it's pounds, but it's resistance, not weight. We did 55 on the first set, 60 on the second set. We're keeping it at 60. Obviously, I gotta go one side to the other. Probably helped. I made sure that I had the right weight on there. 50, 60. Well, yeah. Over there. I never took Taekwondo myself. I did Ishinru as a kid. I did Kwamakan as an adult, along with Judo and Jiu-Jitsu a little bit. I suck at Judo and Jiu-Jitsu. That's the thing I would always talk to people about. I always make a joke is, you know, I even wrestled a year in high school. It was horrible. It was terrible. I suck at grappling, suck at wrestling. So I'm like, you give me, you give me the ground, you're gonna win. He goes, well, that's the whole thing. I'm like, so, yeah, but the key is, you have to get me to the ground. You get to be able to get me to the ground. I have very good balance. I'm very flexible. It's very hard to get me to the ground. And if it starts off as a fight, you're gonna have a hard time getting me to the ground in the first place. Because I'm gonna be able to hold my own before we get to the ground. So if you're a grappler and you're a wrestler, You got to get me on the ground. I've had wrestlers not be able to throw me when I was teaching judo because they're trying to force it over with their weight. The next thing I know, they're twice my size, and I'm like, and they're like, boom. Like, how the fuck did you do that? I said, because you're trying to force me over instead of using my weight against me. Guaranteed made them better wrestlers. First set, 60 pounds, 15 reps. I think I'm going to take that up to 65. I want to keep it at 60 to see how it goes, and 65 next time, but I know if I take it to 65, I should be fine. I should be fine. We'll go 60. I waited too long to come down here after I ate. Okay, 65 pounds, 15 reps, that will stay 65 for next time. Left leg wasn't feeling that as much as the right leg was. Problem with resistance is you don't get a lot from like here to here, so it gets about there. Sometimes you can build up the momentum before you get all the way out. Kind of ruins the work. That's why people complain about resistance machines. But I think I kind of use a little more momentum than I should have on those, but we'll keep it the same anyway. See how it plays out for the 3 of 10. Okay, so leg abductors. That's the outer swing. This one. My little stupid little cheesy ass way to remember. Abductors versus adductors. Abs, hip flexors, hips, abductors. Ab, hip, hip, ab. Ab, hip, hip, ab. And the adductors is the opposite. Nice to meet you too. Thank you for coming in and chatting. Appreciate it. I always appreciate the extra confidence boost. Somebody says that I inspire them. I'm having a good, doing something good here. So appreciate it very much. I'm not skipping it. Yeah, I don't skip it, but I hate it. I want to skip it. Sometimes I used to be like that. I used to skip like one leg day. Like, I did leg day already this week. I'm good. But that was also when I was doing the same workout Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Now I'm doing it different. It's still the same muscle groups, Monday and Thursday, Tuesday, Friday, Wednesday, Saturday. It's different exercises though, so it kind of gives me an excuse to, I can't skip it, different exercises. So, anyway, take it easy. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate the extra follow on TikTok as well. And I'm going to try to get these charts up soon. All right. Whew. That's always nice. That's always nice. I appreciate stuff like that very much. It's little things like that. I kind of went on a rant the other day about not feeling any type of appreciation for doing this. And again, like I said, I'm not doing it for anybody else. I'm doing it for me to keep myself accountable. But sometimes it's nice to have that. It makes you feel good. A little boost of confidence, that kind of stuff. So that stuff is very much appreciated. In the world of trolls, that is very much appreciated. All right, so abductors. We did 20 pounds in the first set, 20 on the second set. We were keeping it at 20. We've been at 20 for a while. Ever since the second week of this series, this segment. That's fine, because these ones are a bitch. Very, very weaker, much weaker muscle. 20 pounds. Right leg, this one, so that way. How is that very... Alright, so we'll see here. That's about right. Alright, first set 20 pounds, 15 reps. I'm gonna do 25. Yeah, that one went okay. Let's see how the left one goes. Not as horrible as I thought it was going to be. Alright, second set, 25 pounds, 15 reps, and we'll keep that the same thing. Next segment. Okay, so adductors is the inner swing, and just I would make sure I make this note every time. I do half of them in front, like this, and I do half of them behind, like this. I don't know if it makes a difference, but it feels like it's a difference because it's easier to do these ones than it is these ones, and it feels a little different. So. Same reason I switch hands doing skull crushers, because it feels a hell of a lot different when I have the left hand in front and the right hand in front. Yeah. Alright, we did 40 pounds in the first set, 40 on the second. We're doing even at 40. So the first set I will do 7 in front, 7 in back. Second set, the first set I'll do 8 in front, 7 in back. Second set I'll do 7 up front, 8 in the back, something like that. And then next series, so in 2 weeks, it'll be just 3 sets of 10, so 5 and 5, 5 and 5, 5 and 5. 25, 35, 40. 40. 25, so right there. Make sure I'm in the right spot so I don't hit my foot on the thing here, or I don't hit my foot onto my foot. And I make sure I get the best swing, like, as far as I can go. think I'm going to do one more set. Like that. The left leg was not feeling as much as the right leg was. 40 on the first set, 15 reps. Keep that the same for the next set. And make sure the weaker side catches up to the stronger side. There will be no benefit to you. It will be no benefit to you. Yeah. Exactly what I did. There's no benefit in trying to force the weaker side to do what your stronger side can do, other than possibly injuring yourself. And that's not a benefit, so I said that wrong. You get my point. Let your weaker side catch up to your stronger side, and then go on from there. And then hopefully, they'll start staying with each other. If not, you get to play the game again. Let the weaker side catch up to the stronger side. Alright. So this time it's 7 up front, 8 in back. Not surprised, I probably hit on something. I forget. Okay, so that time the 40 went better on the left side, but I feel like it was more forced. Like I was like prepared and I was like, whoa, swinging really hard. So I'm going to take it up to 45 for the 3 of 10. I think I'll be okay there with only 10 as opposed to doing 15. Okay, so, alright. 2 exercises left, back to regular weight. Barbell hip raises. Weigh it down here. That way we're not coming up, pushing back, doesn't push the whole thing back. seems to be the norm now. I drink almost that whole thing of water. I'm going to go to the bathroom before I put that barbell across my butt. I did move the soap back into the other bathroom where it's supposed to be. But then again, could keep it out there too, because it's a soap kind of thing. Okay, so barbell hip raises. We did 50 on the first set, 55 on the second set. We're going to 60 on this one. At any point, I could probably just use this bar here instead of a wobbly one. But even though this is wobbly, because it's a fucking stupid concept, 3 pieces with full fucking banging rid of things, seems to be holding up just fine. That's a 10-pound bar, so you need 50 pounds. We grab 25, which will make it easier to roll off my legs. A little sit higher. These, again, quick clamps work just as good as the twist clamps on the threaded ones. Okay. Oh. Other than it doesn't make it as tight. I didn't lock that in, that's what that's the downside of using that versus the wobbly. Probably better to use the regular way, so. I mean, I'm not worried about falling off. It's just wobbly. Possibly would if they were heavier and it tilted too far, but it being a little wobbly is not a big deal. Alright, so I'm going to prop myself up here. Probably really should put those things back down here. Make sure I'm sitting on it too. Those platforms that I made there and for my feet. Raise me up about 2 inches. Instead of doing this, I might have to do that. One, also, I need to put that hat on there. In case you remember from last Wednesday. Wednesday? I don't know if it was this or last Wednesday, I think. I had to go upstairs for like an hour and a half because I have inguinal hernias or something. What the fuck they're called? That bar is pressing straight on them. I don't like it. It hurts. Anyway, 60 pounds, 15 reps. I'm going to go to 65 on that. And I'm going to use multiple weights. I'm going to put these on instead. And I'm going to put the barbell pad on. If you think that's wussy, I don't care. If you don't want to use it, don't use it. I'm going to use it. Alright, so yeah. So, while I'm doing this here, you know I'm now done. In case you weren't aware, Volume 2 of Season 4 of Stranger Things came out. I think yesterday, the day before, something like that. It was yesterday. I only got through episode 1 so far. I was like dead tired last night. And don't worry, I'm not going to give any spoilers or anything. But, holy fuck. It was a badass episode. That's all I'm going to say. It was a badass episode. Badass. That's all I'm going to say. However, what I find funny though is usually with TikTok, I'm scrolling through and you'll see all these movie things, movie reviews and things like this. But the first thing they say is spoilers ahead. They're usually very nice, very cool about that for the most part. The only thing I got spoiled on was the Luke Skywalker reveal on Mandalorian on the first season. I think they're on season 3 now, so I was very upset about that because after I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. And I watched it, I'm like, oh, that's so awesome. You know, then I watched all these reactions, these wives filming their husbands watch it. They're like, oh my god, is that? And I'm like, I didn't get that because it got spoiled. But other than that, every time I see anything, I'm very good about scrolling past it now. But it's very hard scrolling through. I got back on Facebook, and it's just like, what the fuck? Like, I haven't seen anything. I keep seeing Stranger Things. I'm like, so I posted, I said, you know, TikTok may be one of the most toxic places to be, but I've yet to see any Stranger Things spoilers on there, so they got you on that Facebook. So, but it's true. I have not seen anything other than countdowns. Not seen anything about Stranger Things. It's like there's like a thing about Stranger Things. Like every season that came out since, you know, I've been on TikTok. No spoilers. No spoilers for this. You know, but everything else, everywhere else, we're like, oh, look, I watched it, and this is, oh my god, I can't believe this happened. I'm like, scroll, fuck it off Facebook. Anyway. So, yeah, I've only watched the first episode, it's season 4, episode 8, but all I would tell you is it is a badass episode. It was, wow, phenomenal. So, all right. So second set, 65 pounds. So that's 10 on the bar, 50, 52 and a half, 55, plus the bar. So I think maybe next week, well, when we start the 3 at 10, I think I'm going to bring over the platforms again. But this time, I'm going to make sure the platforms are underneath my butt and my feet. It's kind of pointless to put them under my feet and not make sure I'm sitting up properly before I get into position. So, anyway. See, that's much tighter. That's the nice thing about the threaded ones. They're much tighter to fit, but they're annoying because they take so much longer to put together. Oh, that's much cushier. Exercise. Eat. Alright, so second set, 65 pounds, 15 reps. I'm going to take that up to 70 for next time. Alright, let me strip this bar down, then we'll do donkey calf raises. So donkey calf raises. Best way I can do this is with the dip belt, and it works. So we'll do it that way. We'll do it that way. We'll keep doing it that way. Unless unless I can find a better way to do it. Basically, it's called a donkey calf race. This is my opinion, and this is where we're going. Because you'll see pictures like Arnold and other bodybuilders. They're like this. They usually have somebody sitting right here on their back. They're riding a donkey. And you just raise your calves up. So, this is really not convenient to put weight on my back. Use a dip belt, make any adjustments needed, so that as I raise my calves and my ass goes up in the air, ass goes in the air, donkey, donkey, ass, and by riding your ass, donkey calf raise. See? It works. So, make the adjustments to the dip belt. So the dip belt is right at the top of your ass. Your buttocks, be proper about it. Be adults, respectful adults. So it's, instead of it being up here, and the weight pulling down and holding on back here, you need to make adjustments to it so it's sitting here. So it's there, that way the weight is pulling down here, as opposed to up here, because up here isn't really going to do much for you, as opposed to down here, your butt's going up. Make sense? Should. Explain it for 12 weeks now. Alright, so we did 30 on the first set, 35 on the second, we're keeping it at 35. So we did 25 and 10. Put the 25 way over. Right. And again, the best way to load your dip belt is with a table or a bench, so you're not bending over, squatting down, and jutting your knees over your ankles and trying to stand up from that position, which we all know is wrong. So, I'm off screen for, I believe, all of you. Maybe not Twitch, the rest of you. So I'm standing up, putting the weight on from my bench. Let's see, I'm ready to go. And I just step back. So 25, 35 pounds. Now if I leave the weight where I normally would do dips or standing calf raises, it's not going to help me out like I just said. You know, because it's up too high on my hips, on my waist, whatever. So as soon as you get yourself in a position, at least for as you're doing it, you know, you want to slowly make any adjustments needed to the dip belt so it's at the top of your buttocks without pulling your shorts down like I'm doing. Notice you want to do this after you bend over so it doesn't fall down your legs. And that's the best, that's probably the best you're going to get for a homemade donkey calf raise. So, as you can see, that the weight is moving about 3-4 inches up. If I put it up here where it's supposed to be, waiting for a dip belt. I guess it still moves up. It's not moving the right way. I think in that case, move more forward than straight up. You want it to go straight up. So either way, it's going to move up, but I think if I go back and watch the videos, if I go back and watch that video, I could be wrong. But again, your best bet is to put the weight as close to straight over the muscles you're using. Either way. Just say. Nobody's watching me anymore. I can say whatever the fuck I want. Or do that, could be wrong. Alright, so I'm going to make this, we did 35 in the first set. 15 reps, I'm going to go 40. Do your best not to catch some, junk in between the weights. All right. All right. So second set, 40 pounds. Oh, that burned. Alright, so second set, 40 pounds, 15 reps, we'll keep it there. Next time, and we're done. I got no notification from Instagram today, that's kind of cool. Wow. See, that's how I get bruises. There. Wraps up the workout routine portion of the second segment. So 2 of 15 is done, technically. We have a recovery week next week. We have stretch day tomorrow. That's the end of week 12, complete week 12. I really like those Mad Fit ones. I think she does a really good job. Her and the Pamela Reif ones, I kind of liked. Jessica Richburg, hers were pretty good too. But I kind of like the thing that I'm doing now. I kind of like doing these stretches and then giving a little review afterwards, and then letting you guys go follow and he doesn't. And they have good workouts too. These aren't just people doing stretches, only stretches and yoga stuff. Some of them actually have workouts. The Sydney Cummings, she has plethora of workout videos. So does MadFit. So does that HasFit. They have a plethora of workout videos for you to go through and choose from. So if you like that kind of stuff, follow along with other people's videos, kind of like I do in my warm-ups and stuff, and my stretching. By all means, go check them out. Give them a like, give them a follow. All these stretching videos that I have done for, other than the first 2 weeks, are in the stretch video playlist on my YouTube, in the order that I've done them. So, from week 3 until week 11, every video that I've done for stretch day is in there. The first 2, they're Beachbody videos, so they're not on YouTube, and I got copyright claims on those 2, which is odd that I don't get copyright claims on these ones. Probably because these were before all the DCMs or whatever the hell they're called. But I might eventually get a copyright claim on it. I have to cut that piece out. You know, my warm-up piece out, or at least, because there's no way in hell. There is no way in hell I'm going to redo the entire video and overlay audio over those and republish them and all that other stuff. So I would just end up just cutting them out. Or unless the YouTube Studio allows you to do other stuff, I don't think they do. You either got to mute it, cut it out, or delete the video. I think that's how it works. So, but whatever. So yeah, all the stretch videos that I pulled off of YouTube are in a stretch video playlist on my YouTube that you guys can visit. If you like the ones that I've done, by all means, go utilize their video, go watch their video, do it off of their video, because theirs is set up more for you guys to follow along, as opposed to mine at a different angle, as opposed to the one they're doing, which is set up more for you to see on the TV, which is why I face the TV. However, when they do turn sideways, I stay facing the TV for those, just so it gives you guys a better view anyway. That way, also, you're not staring at my ass with it, you know, downward dog facing that one, when they're facing that. So yeah, I'll get into the recovery week again tomorrow. But next week, I'm just going to might as well do it now anyway, since I'm talking about it. So we got stretch day tomorrow, which will end week 12. Week 13 is recovery week, and that is the end of not only the second segment completely, it's also the end of the first 3 months. So it's the end of our first quarter of the year. So that is the end of the toning slash, yeah, pretty much the toning muscle endurance phase of our workout program. The 3 of 10 and the 5 of 6 are more building and shaping, building, sculpting, building, strengthening, whatever you want to call it. That is what the second quarter is about. So the next 3 months it's going to be that. So we're a quarter of the way down with our year-long routine. I'm going to tell you right now, I didn't hit the goal I wanted to for the 3 months, but I'm not going to complain about it, because I am looking a lot better, I am feeling a lot better, and it is going down consistently. So I'm fine with that. I got to stop judging this workout based off the workout I did 8 years ago, because it's not the exact same workout that I did. I'm not doing as much working out as I did each day with that, and I'm not doing the supplemental cardios in the evening that I did with that. Also, I'm 8 years older. I am 4 years over 40. Last time I was 4 years under 40. So even though your metabolism starts to slow down at 25, 26 anyway, and it just keeps getting worse as you go. So you hit 40 and Also, I'm bigger than I was before. I'm also a lot more complacent. I was a lot more complacent this time than I was before. So there's a lot of factors that contribute to the less weight being lost or less fat being lost this time than there was last time. But a lot of it is I'm not doing the extra work that I did before. I'm not complaining about that because I'm still putting in the effort consistently, and that's fine. The extra I did was because I wanted it gone right now. So I did everything I could to get it gone right now before. So this time I want to be more sustainable. I want to get into a routine, get into a habit that keeps me coming down here and keeps me doing it every day, so that something changes, I can find a way to make it still work. Instead of being like, I can't get a 4-hour workout in a day. You know, the gym closes at 11. It's 9 o'clock. I can't get my workout in. If I was going to the gym, or if anybody else is following along and taking my routine to the gym, which is perfectly fine. You'd be like, well, it's a 2-hour workout. If I move a little faster and don't stop and chit chat with everybody at the gym, kind of like what I do to you guys every time, I can probably get it done in plenty of time before the gym closes. I'll be good. So if I wasn't able to work out in the morning, I could probably still make it in the evening. If I don't get up early enough, I could probably squeeze it in. But if I'm trying to squeeze in a 4 or 5 hour workout and then make sure I still get my cardio in later on in the day, I'm going to fuck myself over, and I'm going to get completely off my routine, and then I'm going to be back to where I was in the first place. And for me, that's a problem, because if I get off my routine with working out, I will get complacent again. I'm going to go, okay, I'll restart it Monday. Like I missed a day, that's fine. I just make up for it on my rest day, no problem. And the next thing I know, I missed another day. Okay, we'll just make up for it. I'll skip a couple rest days, and then eventually it's going to be so offset that, okay, I'll just fuck it. I'll skip the next 3 days and I'll start Monday. And then I'll go away and like, fuck, I'll just start next month. And then I'll be back in the same fucking routine. Next thing I know, I'm like, well, I'm not working out right now, so I'm hungry. I might as well just pull through McDonald's. And then I'll get McDonald's, and I'll get Wendy's, and I'll get Taco Bell, and I'll get everything else. Next thing you know, I'm laying on my couch all day long watching, and I'm back to where I was when I started. So, this routine is more about sustainability versus a quick fix. So, yeah, if I was doing everything I was doing 8 years ago, then I probably would be a lot farther right now. Probably not as far as I was 8 years ago, because again, I'm 8 years older. But I could almost guarantee you, if I was doing it the way I was doing 8 years ago, I would probably definitely hit my goal of 180 and 40 inches on my waist, around my waist, by the end of next week, no problem. So, probably a little farther. I would probably be farther along than that. I would probably be there now if I would have done it the way I did 8 years ago. So yeah, again, this routine is more about sustainability while still being effective. That's what I'm trying to say. Sustainability plus effectiveness. Okay, so it's not about just like maintaining where you're at. This is about actually losing fat, gaining muscle, getting into shape in a timely fashion, in a good fashion, to make sure it works for you and you can continue doing it. So, anyway, that being said, I am done with today. I'm hungry, I need a shower, and I've got to get working. Surprise, surprise, DoorDash isn't busy. Like it is not raining today. It's nice out. It's the weekend. It's fortunately weekend. Anyway, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, along with Facebook and Twitter. All the same username, I really don't use anything else. I do have other things, but you know, you find me on Reddit. I probably haven't posted there. Whatever that fucking Quora. I don't know. I have accounts on shit, but whatever. Social media wise, that's pretty much it. Find me on Facebook. Cool. If you add me, I probably won't add you back. If you send me a DM, I probably won't respond to you unless I know you, or we've talked before. Like if this gentleman here, who was chatting with me earlier, says, "Hey, can I DM you about some information about what you're doing?" Sure, no problem. But even though we've had this conversation here, if you just jumped in my DMs, I probably would ignore it. Maybe not, because we've had a little chit chat back and forth here. But if you just pop into my DMs out of nowhere, I'm probably not going to talk to you. Jump on a comment, jump on a picture, jump on a video, leave a comment, start a conversation. If we need to take it private, we can take it private. Not a big deal. If I know you, different story. I don't care. If I went to high school with you, if I met you, and we've been friends for a while, like, I had no issue sending a DM to the woman I was talking about yesterday to see if she minded if I put her Instagram pictures up on my video. Because I know her. I met her, I had dinner with her before 8 years, a long time ago. But 10 years ago, Jesus. It's the only time I've ever actually done that, but we've messaged each other a few times before. So it's not like I'm jumping in there from nowhere. And I actually sent her an actual DM, not just a simple hey. So, well. So anyway, if you're following me on, if you're checking me out on one of these platforms, or following me on one of these platforms, you want to check me out on the other, follow the other, that's great. If you got content that I enjoy as well, or is interesting to me, I will follow you back. Okay, if you're not interested in my content, don't follow me. I don't care. I don't expect people to follow me if I follow them. You know, I never expect to follow back for a follow. That whole I follow for a follow is such bullshit. There's no point. That's just them trying to get you to follow them, and eventually they will unfollow you. Sometimes they won't. Especially on TikTok, you only get 10,000. You're cut off 10,000. You can't follow for a follow after you get 10,000 followers. One thing I hate, see these videos, these entitled assholes. Why don't you follow your fans? You know, we follow you. Well, that's the thing. You're their fan. They're not your fan. You go check out the people's pages, and all it is just them doing nothing. You know, this dude's got 150 million followers. Whatever the fuck it is. You know, 1.5 million followers, and makes content every day that's enjoyable and you like. And then here's you just sitting on your couch, you know, telling a dad joke that everybody's heard 80 million times. You got like 4 of those videos, and the other ones are you whining about not being followed back. So, follow for a follow is stupid. It's just stupid. It's people. It's fans being entitled to your attention. I don't go on Mark Hamill's page and say, well, you need to follow me if you want me to follow you. He doesn't know who the fuck I am. I bet if I walked up to Mark Hamill and showed him the Joker drawing that I did, that's half his face, half the Arkham Joker, he would not remember it. He might remember it. He might say, oh yeah, I saw that on Instagram. And that'd be awesome as hell. But he's not going to know who I am. It'd be cool if he remembered it, but I don't expect him to. I don't expect him to follow me just because he saw it. You know, just because I followed him and drew a picture of him. Going on stupid rants again. Same kind of rants about doing the opposite way they do it. But anyway, So yeah, if you got content that I like and I have room to follow you, I will follow you. But if you want to check out my other stuff, I have paintings and pictures and drawings on Instagram as well, and some other shit, a bunch of tie knots, different tie knots that I tried out when I was in sales. TikTok's got all my main content. Facebook, anything you can see on Facebook, as of recently, is all public. I really don't care anymore because I'm all over social media on Twitter and Facebook, and I don't really give a shit what people think about me. So if it's private, it's private. You're not going to see it anyway. So. So, yeah, feel free to leave me a comment if you have any comments, questions, or concerns. Pop in one of my videos, one of my pictures. That has to do with this stuff, obviously, if it's about this stuff. If you see one of my other videos, you want to call me an asshole, that's fine. I don't care. But if it's about this stuff, choose an appropriate picture or video to comment on so we can carry on a conversation about what's in that video. On whatever platform you're viewing me on, that's fine. I would prefer, though, if you went to TikTok and used the Q&A feature or commented on one of the fitness journey playlist videos. That way I can make a video response to you, and I can share that as well. For anybody else who might be asking the same type of questions. If you have any advice you want to give me as well, that's fine. If I'm doing something wrong, by all means, let me know. I don't want to fuck something up and fuck something up and then not be able to work out, because I just told you that whole story about me getting off my routine. So same thing with my elbow. When I fucked up my elbow, completely got off my routine, and 2 years later I'm 46-inch waistline, over 200 pounds. So not good. Yeah, rambled the hell through that. It's like every fucking time. That's no different than normal. So, but yeah, that's it. Nothing else to say. I'm done. I will see you tomorrow for stretches.